Good morning. My name is Michael R. Roser, and I'm Chief Coaching Facilitator and co-founder of my company, Strategic Life Coaching, LLC. Please join me for this video and others at my website, abundantlifeslc.com. Well, guys, thank you very much for your comments with regard to our trip here around the Native American medicine wheel. Also today, you probably saw by now, my weigh-in 204.6, so my weight loss is slowing now, and I'm coming to a really good point. I feel great. Even though I'm nearly 4 pounds underneath the goal that I wanted, I find as I keep going in talking with my trainer, Terry Ann, last week, I'm just going to keep going and see where this kind of falls in here as long as I'm feeling good. And I am. I'm not feeling weak. I'm not feeling wanting at all. So I'm just going to keep going here. So thank you for your cards. Today is week 8, so we got another couple of weeks to go, guys. So keep the faith and keep going. Well, today we're turning here west now, the final part in the Native American medicine wheel. And so that denotes the color black and fall, adult, being adult now versus the east and the springtime of youth. Very spiritual time, and it focuses on water. And the animal, the spirit animal of turning west is the buffalo. And I think it's interesting, you guys probably can't see it over here, but I wrote down the wolf, the raven, and the buffalo, and what seeing those meant to the Native Americans, specifically in this instance, the Lakota Indians. And they believed that a white buffalo was the most sacred living thing on earth. And the American buffalo was a symbol to them of abundance. And the lesson learned in that for that day, if they saw a white buffalo or they saw an American buffalo, that it denoted to them that we don't have to struggle to survive if the right actions are joined with the right prayers. And I think that's really important. So they see that symbol and it denotes this action, doing the right actions with the right prayers. So the focus on turning west is truth. It focuses on self and compassion, especially towards others. It gets into talking about beliefs and knowledge, and hopefully, as we're going through these journeys, guys, it's are there any new beliefs that we've gained as a result of going through this process? Finally, to come to some wisdom about ourselves and the people around us, and hopefully that's gained wisdom from this process. It involves conditioning. It focuses on my passions and being authentic, as we talked about, being the real me and dancing your own dance as we turn south, and we're continuing this now. And what is my destiny? And those things, when I'm turning to the west, are fully based upon my choices, that action against the right prayer. So let's dig into this a bit. So what is truth? What I'm turning to the west now. What is truth? It's the body of real things and events and facts. It's my actuality, what I'm bringing. That's my truth that I'm living right now, which turns into my beliefs, which is an acceptance that a statement that I'm given is true. So trust, faith, or confidence in someone or something other than me. So I have these truths about myself as I exist, and then I'm trying to seek some new beliefs. Do I have to stay in this spot? Or if I'm changing and I'm starting to believe different things, will that change my truth then? Do the work and get the results. New beliefs. You guys have seen over the past 8 weeks that I've gone from 220 pounds to 204.6 pounds. By following the keto diet and those purposeful 500 calories, hopefully I've shown to you guys as well as myself that if I do those actions, I'm going to get the results. So now I have a belief, a firm belief, that if I do those actions, I'm going to lose weight and feel better and look the way I want. Well, that then, guys, denotes that I'm gaining some wisdom about myself. The quality of having versus quantity again. This is a quality now that I have gained. I've gained some wisdom of having experience. So I've done these things, they've worked. Now I have this quality of wisdom and some humility and other things. Qualities versus quantities. The soundness of an action or a decision with regard to its application. And I've talked in many videos about this idea of I can sit and I can pray and I can wish for things to change or behave differently. I remember I was a very religious person. I went to church all the time. I became a spiritual director. I helped people and mentored people through the men's weekends called Christ Renews His Parish. But it was the application of those religious values and that religious knowledge to my daily life to help me. It never occurred to me that I could apply that to my daily life. And now I denote that as a spirituality, as a spirit within me, that I'm taking those practices and I'm applying them to my daily life. Well, if you don't believe in God as I understand God, a Judo, Christian God, then I'm suggesting that we can still find spirituality in other spots. We can find spirituality in the animals that are around us, in the beautiful blue sky, and the hot and the sweat lodge, and getting out and getting your body activated and feeling better as a result of those actions. So the application of that then becomes a new truth for me. I'm now 204.6 pounds. I now have a belief that I stay on this program and I eat right and I diet and I rest and I have exercise. I'm going to gain some wisdom that those practices are going to become a new truth for me. Now, we get down to the action part of this, which I mentioned before, which is conditioning. Well, conditioning in the sense of a physical part, as a personal trainer, we help our clients condition themselves so their cardiovascular energy improves, their strength improves, their ability to rest improves because they're exerting themselves during the day, so the mind is not running at night when we try to go to sleep because we're pent up with all kinds of anger and resentments or poor choices that we made during the day. Exercise and getting out allows us to tire ourselves in a healthy way, so when we do hit the bed, we're actually going to sleep and sleep very soundly. But let's apply this. So conditioning is the process of training, becoming physically fit. It requires a regimen of rest, diet, and exercise. Training. Well, that's an interesting part. I just mentioned about the difference between religion and spirituality. I had to train myself on a daily basis to seek this power greater than myself so that I can apply it in my day and become the person that I want to be. That requires training because my thought process was to go back to the things that were comfortable to me, doing things the way that I always did them. Well, that's a definition of insanity, to do exactly the same things and expect a different result. So to change our behaviors and to change the way we think, it requires conditioning, not only for our bodies, but our minds as well. And this medicine wheel, that's why it's called a medicine wheel. We all need medicine for our souls and for our emotional state. And sometimes, in my case, I have to actually take a medication to rest my anxiety and my depression and my post-traumatic syndrome disorder. This is training and conditioning to become physically, emotionally, spiritually, and financially where we want to be. Hope that helps, guys. I have very much enjoyed this. Tomorrow, I'm going to just sum up everything that we talked about here, and again, how we can apply it potentially in our daily life. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.